Welcome everybody to Grapple FK. We are covering UFC 269, so we're going to get straight into this. Andrew, what do you think about my goatee, by the way? Be honest.
For those of us who watched EastEnders in the 1990s, this is the Beppe DeMarco look, or the George Michael look.
Do I look like a budget George Michael?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
I think you look sexy.
I'll take that.
Yeah.
Okay.
George Michael was a good-looking man. Very good-looking man.
Very good-looking. Yeah. Great artist as well. He was very talented. Anyway, MMA. We've got Chucky Olives against Dustin Poirier, the big one. What are you thinking? Shoot.
Well, we all know about Chucky Olives' ground game. Lots of submissions. Something like, most submissions in UFC history or something.
Very dangerous.
Yeah, very dangerous off his back. Similar to Tony Ferguson in many ways, very dangerous off his back. Similar kind of fighting style on the feet, like Tony Ferguson.
Was it Tony Ferguson, or was that? Sorry to interrupt. Did he submit him, or did he win over 5 rounds?
I think he submitted him.
Did he?
Or he certainly finished him.
Did he?
Because Tony Ferguson was, I can't remember the exact details of that fight, but Tony Ferguson was kind of just done. That kind of drew a line under Ferguson's career at the top level.
Do you want to quickly Google that?
Yeah.
Because I know he really messed his arm up with an armbar in the first round, but
yeah. Ferguson, he dislocated his elbow, but Ferguson didn't tap. Just 1 second. Let's look this up. No, sorry, it was a unanimous decision.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, who messed him up? Gaethje fucked him up badly. Finished him.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just broke him. Absolutely broke him.
Yeah. Ruined him. Career ending. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, this isn't about Tony Ferguson, this is about Charles Oliveira. So anyway, one of the things I was thinking about, Charles Oliveira's stand-up, his fighting. It's very Muay Thai.
It is. He's quite accurate.
He is, yeah. We can check his stats in a bit. He's very rigid. He's got the high guard. He gets his knee up in the Muay Thai stance. He throws teeps out, long straight punches down the pipe. Yeah. I think that's effective if you're at range. If he's in his range against a shorter fighter with a shorter reach, that's very effective. But I think if someone enters into his range, he tends to have problems. So if you can get past that guard at close distance, I think he's there to be hit. Which Chandler did, if we recall
exactly.
that.
Yeah.
Chandler hurt him badly in that first round.
Yeah, badly.
Yeah.
Could have put him out.
Yeah, that could have been finished very, very easily, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And Chandler could easily be the champion right now.
Yeah.
Fighting Poirier.
Chandler hits hard, though. He's got a very hard one punch.
Yeah, I mean, Michael Chandler in the first round for the first 5 minutes is terrifying.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. But Oliveira just about survived by the skin of his teeth. It came back in the second round with...
KO'd him?
Sorry?
And then KO'd him?
Yeah, with a beautiful left hook.
Yeah.
But if we dissect that left hook, I just rewatched that fight before we came on here. It looks really nice. Very crisp, very clean, and it's a good knockout. But Chandler was just standing in front of him.
Yeah.
And he had his hand down.
Yeah, it's weird because Chandler stood in front of Gaethje as well, but he didn't get finished. I mean, I'd argue there was probably one point in the fight where the ref could have stopped it. And I'm not saying that Oliveira hits harder than Gaethje. I don't think he does. I think Gaethje's the hardest hitter in that division in terms of one punch KO power. But yes, it's weird. I don't know. Maybe he didn't see it. Sometimes it's those shots you don't see.
It's the ones you don't see. Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
So I mean, with Oliveira's, striking, I think his striking is decent, but there's a reason people don't really do the whole Muay Thai thing in MMA in that particular stance.
Not anymore.
Yeah. Not anymore. But of course, that it allows you to be taken down quite easily. But of course, Chucky Olives is quite happy fighting off his back, as we know.
Yeah.
But who do you think has the advantage in the striking?
In the striking, Poirier.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, Poirier. He has better boxing. Yeah. I think Poirier.
Yeah, it's just better boxing. If he gets on the inside, it's him all day.
He can take shots. He's got a good chin.
Yeah.
I think Poirier's got the advantage there. In terms of, I know Poirier is, and you know more about BJJ. I know Poirier's a BJJ black belt, but I'm guessing Chucky's got the advantage in BJJ. He must be a different type of black belt.
Yeah, I mean, black belts in MMA are 10 a penny. There's literally hundreds. There must be hundreds in the UFC black belts. So there's black belts and there's black belts. So yeah, I mean, Charles Oliveira, I think if this was a BJJ match, Oliveira's probably winning. But the thing is BJJ that much better than Poirier's to the point that you can actually submit him? I'm not sure.
Good point. Yeah, and Poirier's probably a better wrestler. So,
is he?
Poirier's a good wrestler.
Is he a better wrestler? I don't know. Oliveira's got really nice takedowns. Did you see how he took down Chandler in that first round?
Yeah, he does. Yeah, and Chandler's a wrestler. Good point.
Yeah, it was really nice, like cutting the corner.
Chandler's NCAA, right?
Sorry?
Chandler was NCAA, right?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
And so arguably better than Poirier in terms of resume.
Yes, yeah. We don't tend to see much of Poirier's wrestling.
I think his wrestling is pretty good. ATT are quite heavily focused on wrestling. I think people overlook that because most of their fighters are strikers, but he's got good takedown defense and he can take people down. He's good in the clinch. He's a strong guy, big dude, very wide back.
Yeah.
You know what? I want to see the stats now. Let's see. Dustin Poirier. Let's check his UFC stats. His stats might be skewed by the Khabib fight, I think. So his takedown defense is 61%.
Pretty good.
Yeah, but then Dan Hooker took him down 4 times. It's a bit weird. Khabib took him down 7 times. Yeah, that's what skewed it.
Yeah. But he's not going for a lot of takedowns. He's not getting taken down much.
No.
Overall.
And then, so Oliveira's takedown defense is actually lower, but Oliveira's comfortable with getting taken down.
Yeah,
he probably prefers that sometimes. Did he take down Chandler? I can't remember that. Oh yeah, you said it. You just said it. Yeah. And he took down Tony Ferguson 3 times.
But then Tony Ferguson just lets himself be taken down because it's the same thing. He likes being on his back, even though it's not good for him.
So, I mean, a perfect example of how I said Oliveira doesn't mind getting taken down was the Kevin Lee fight. Like Kevin Lee took him down twice. The second time he took him down, Oliveira got him in a very nasty guillotine choke. In terms of striking accuracy, so he lands 3.26 per minute, absorbs 3. That's not great. I think Poirier's definitely got the higher output. Yeah, 5.62 and 4.19. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Poirier's southpaw. Oliveira's orthodox, right? Yeah, orthodox. Okay. That's an interesting one. To be honest, I am leaning. At first, when this match was set up, I was thinking Charles would win. I don't know, I was just thinking he might submit him somehow. I don't know if they fall on the ground, but now I'm kind of leaning more towards Poirier. I think Poirier has enough BJJ and grappling knowledge not to get caught in a submission.
Yes. Yeah.
He's very experienced. I mean, so is Oliveira, but I mean, Poirier's had so many big fights. So many big fights. So
yeah. This is the thing, like elite fighters don't tend to get caught in guillotines, arm bars, or, any other kind of submissions generally, unless they're exhausted or unless they're beaten on the ground.
Yeah. That wasn't technique. He just didn't have any energy left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
is I'm going to say Poirier. I think Poirier is going to get on the inside and basically beat the shit out of jockey holders.
Yeah, he's got better.
Yeah, exactly. That's not to say Charles Oliveira can't win, but no. I think there are levels here. I think Poirier is a level above Oliveira, and I like Oliveira. I like the way he fights, but he could easily not be the champion. He was very nearly. You could argue he was finished by Chandler. So, yeah, I'm going with Poirier. Probably.
Okay, we're going with Poirier with that. Let's go to the next one. Amanda Nunes against Juliana Pena. Amanda Nunes will win that. That's done. Do you agree with that, Andrew?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. We move on to Geoff Neal, Santiago Ponzinibbio. Both minus 110. This is an interesting fight. This is an interesting one. I'm not really... this is very close. I'm not really sure what to make of this. Could go either way.
Well, Ponzinibbio was on an epic run up until about 2-3 years ago.
Then he
took some time off with an injury, came back relatively recently and got beaten. And he hasn't looked quite the same since.
But he won recently, right?
Did he? Who did he beat?
He beat someone recently.
Let me have a look at this. Santiago Ponzinibbio. Santiago. The Argentine dagger.
I mean, Thing knocked him out. Who's the guy that Khamzat fucked up?
Jinglang Li.
Yeah, he KO'd him in the first round. Miguel Baeza, that's it. He won a unanimous decision. That was a decentish performance. I watched that.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Baez is not elite or anything, but I mean, Ponzinibbio looked pretty good there. And then, the fight before Li Jingliang was in 2018.
Yeah, but let's talk about Geoff Neal. Geoff Neal was riding high, maybe sort of last year or so. Because he had some relatively big wins against Blomham and Nico Price, Mike Perry. Then he faced Stephen Thompson. Step up in competition, obviously, and he got
fucked massively.
Yeah, he got fucked by just wasn't even in that fight. No, didn't have the right game plan whatsoever. He just looked completely out of his depth, and he got banged in a masterclass by Wonder Boy. But of course, Ponzinibbio is not Stephen Thompson.
No.
I don't know how that goes. I'll say Geoff Neal probably beats Ponzinibbio. Because Geoff Neal is decent. He is a decent striker. He's powerful.
He's a lot younger as well. I think 4 or 5 years younger.
Yeah.
Okay. So what? We're giving the slight edge to Geoff Neal then?
I'm going to say Geoff Neal. Yeah.
Okay. Kai Kara France, Cody Garbrandt. I know you love Cody Garbrandt.
I used to love Cody Garbrandt. I mean, he's phenomenally.
He is good.
He's phenomenally talented.
He is,
but he's so fucking dumb that he doesn't know how to use it.
He's a bit chinny.
Oh, he's very chinny. His chin is just gone completely. It's done. But this is a former
because of the doping stuff. Sorry to interrupt, but the snake. He fought the snake twice, and he was probably on the juice. He was on the juice, right?
So it's Snake. What do you mean snake?
Yeah, what's his name? His nickname is the Snake. But
is that his nickname?
Yeah, what's his nickname? Not Cody Garbrandt. What's the guy? Who's the guy that got a 2-year ban at 135? Dillashaw. Killershaw.
Killershaw. Yeah. Oh yeah. The Snake. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he has some good fights with two big fights with Killershaw. So the thing is with Garbrandt, he's phenomenally talented. I don't know how to put this, but when he wants to, he's got sick boxing, but he just doesn't have the right game plan. He doesn't understand how to adapt in the middle of a fight. He's just dumb. He doesn't have the intelligence to go with his sort of physical attributes. But he's got some of the slickest, quickest boxing I've seen.
His hands are super quick.
Yeah, but he just doesn't know how to really use it. But against Kai Kara France, I know there's a lot of hype surrounding Kai Kara France. He comes out of that New Zealand gym with Israel Adesanya, Dan Hook, and all of those guys. His fighting is very one-dimensional. It's not particularly sophisticated. Yeah, I know he's young. I guess he's getting better all the time. But I don't think he's that good, to be honest.
Yeah, I think he's overrated.
Yes. Cody Garbrandt, I'd imagine, is quite a lot bigger as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's a 135 guy, right?
Yeah, Cody Garbrandt must be, what, 5'7"? Kai Kara France is like 5'4" or something.
I think Cody Garbrandt's 5'7", yeah. I think you may be right there. 5'8".
5'8".
Yeah. It's a lot bigger.
But he's got a much shorter reach.
Yeah, it makes no sense. I bet we know these stats can be wrong. And are wrong a lot of the time.
I mean, I've got to give it to Cody Garbrandt here. The better boxing, the faster hands. As long as the thing is, though, Cody Garbrandt, maybe a couple of years ago, he got a new coach who told him stop getting into firefights and fight intelligently, so that you'll still have some brain cells left when you retire.
That's a problem. Yeah.
But the thing is, since then, his approach has been a lot more cautious, fight on the outside. But that's not how Cody Garbrandt wins. Cody Garbrandt wins by getting into the firefights and being quicker to the punch with that super fast counter punching. That's how he wins. So if he abandons that, then he's not going to fucking win. Which is just another frustrating thing about him.
It reminds me again, Kai Kara France is a kickboxer, right? That gym that they come from, they're all kickboxers. Brad Riddell, Israel Adesanya, they're mainly kickboxers, right?
Yes. That's what they're known for. There's a predominance of kickboxers there.
He's had a lot of fights, this dude. 22-9.
How old is he? Do we know?
I don't know. No. Check on. Doesn't look too old, though.
I'll say he's like 24, 25.
Yeah, 1993. He's not that old.
28.
Yeah.
He's older than I thought.
Cody Garbrandt is 30.
30. I'm going to give it to Cody Garbrandt. But I mean, don't underestimate his ability to completely fuck it up.
Yeah. This is a 3-round fight, right? It's not 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I've got 60-40 Cody Garbrandt.
Yeah. So
let's move on to one of our favorites. Actually, doesn't make any sense, but we do like the way he fights. Sean O'Malley. I don't know much about this Paiva guy from Brazil. Is he any good? Number 15.
I've seen this guy fight, but I don't really remember. I don't think he's great. But
is
yeah, whatever. I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know. We're just going to watch this. We're just going to watch Sean O'Malley beat the shit out of.
Yeah, Sean O'Malley will probably KO this guy very, very badly. But we need to check if this guy's any good on the ground, because that's Sean O'Malley's weakness. It doesn't look like it. He hasn't got any submission wins.
Who's he fought? Mark De La Rosa. I don't know any of those guys. He lost to Kai Kara France.
He lost to Kai Kara France. He lost to Bontarine.
Not a big name.
He's not that experienced. Oh, apparently he is.
I mean, obviously, Dana White is just feeding Sean O'Malley.
Yeah, he's building him up the right way. Yeah.
I mean, how old is Sean O'Malley though?
He's very young. I think he's 26, 27.
Yeah, because at some point you've got to give him a harder fight.
Yeah, I mean, so this guy's number 15. So if he beats him, he'll be 15 or 14 or something. So he'll be in the top 15. And then after that, then he has to have a harder fight.
But Paiva is 15.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
he hasn't beaten anyone.
Number 15 by his name. Yeah.
Oh, why?
That's not sure. Who has he beat? Well, he's beaten 4 people.
He's 3-2 in the UFC. And none of those are big
names.
No,
4-2. And he's on a 3-fight win streak. He's on a 3-fight win streak.
There's
It's a bit
bantamweight.
odd. It is a bit odd. I'll give you that.
There's bantamweight. Bantamweight is stacked.
Yeah, it's stacked. Yeah. He's down as 125 here though. Has he gone up? He may have gone up.
Yeah, possibly.
Yeah. Yeah, because some of these guys are so this Kazakh guy, I've heard of him. He's a 125, so he's gone up. Okay.
But he's
So
definitely not going to win.
Number might be for bantamweight.
Flyweight.
Sorry, flyweight. Yeah.
Flyweight,
Flyweight. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there's no way this guy's going to win going up to bantamweight.
No. Nah, Sean O'Malley's a big dude, tall, serious knockout power. Unless this guy's a wrestler or a BJJ guy. I mean, BJJ irrelevant if you haven't got takedowns. I can't see it. I think O'Malley's going to knock him out.
Yeah, I don't know what the odds are, but O'Malley's going to be an enormous favourite. But yeah, I'll enjoy watching this just to see O'Malley beat the shit out of him.
Should we move on?
Yep.
To the fights in the middle. Josh Emmett v. Dan Ige. Josh Emmett hits fucking hard.
Very hard.
I do like Josh Emmett. Very, very hard.
Also a fan of the channel.
Sorry?
Also a fan of the channel.
If we're a fan of our channel, yeah. He's a very nice guy, Josh Emmett.
Remember, who's that guy he fought? He fought him with a broken ankle or something. Halfway through the fight, or at the beginning of the fight, he knackered his something in his ankle.
Yeah. I can't remember.
Was it I can picture him. I can't remember his name. Decent fighter. I'll know when the name comes up.
Yeah, same here. Let me check. Shane Burgos.
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
So he beat him with some kind of broken ankle or something, and still
this guy has knocked a lot of people out.
I like him a lot. Very short for the division.
He is short,
but very powerful.
Extremely powerful. Yeah.
Yeah, all that power comes from that thick torso.
Yeah, he's huge. Dan Ige is a good wrestler. He's from AKA. He's had some good wins.
I've had my doubts about Dan Ige.
I think he's a good fighter. I think he's a well-rounded fighter. Wouldn't say he's elite, but
he doesn't seem to hit very hard.
He did KO someone in the last fight, but he doesn't hit as hard as Josh Emmett. No way.
Yeah.
But he's from a wrestling background, so it'll be interesting to see. I mean, I'm not too sure about Josh's wrestling background. I think he's more of a brawler. Although there is a fight here where he took someone down 8 times. Yeah. He took Burgos down once as well. But I know Dan Ige has got decent wrestling. He's from AKA. Not much difference in terms of height. This one is. Josh Emmett's quite old now as well. We have to consider that. He's about 36, 37.
36, yeah. That's not great. Can you go back to that picture of Josh Emmett?
Yeah. Ige's 29.
Can you go back to the UFC events page so we can see what Emmett looks like? That's a ridiculously powerful physique right there.
Yeah, he's strong, dude. This guy's strong. Yeah.
I was going to say Dan Ige is undersized for the division, which he is. But then Josh Emmett is only 5'6", so I don't know if that really matters.
He's a lot thicker though, isn't he?
Yes, he is,
Yeah, I don't know, this is a tough one.
Yeah, I want Josh Emmett to win because I like him.
Yeah, I like Josh Emmett. I like Dan Ige too. He's a quiet guy, but I like him. But Josh Emmett, I don't know. I just like the one punch KO power. I love that shit.
Yeah, same. But who do we think wins? This is what, number 9 versus number 7.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I think Dan Ige is a well-rounded fighter. This is a tough one, dude.
I'm gonna say Emmett. I'll say Emmett by KO or maybe Dan Ige by decision.
Did Emmett recently had an injury, I think?
Well, that was probably the thing we were talking about in the Shane Burgos fight.
Oh yeah. Sorry, we were talking about. So his last fight was over a year and a half ago. Well, a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
Dan Ige's last fight was 4 months ago. So we have to take that into consideration.
Yeah, Ige's got the momentum.
Yeah, exactly. So Ige fought twice in 2021. Lost one unanimous decision and then knocked one guy out.
But Chan Sung Young, that's Korean Zombie, right?
Yeah, it's Korean Zombie. Ige's got a good chin as well, but Emmett hits hard.
Yeah,
really hard. Really, really hard. Harder than anyone he's fought. So I don't know. This one's weird. I don't know. This one's one of those ones where I want to see the odds. I can't really say who wins. I think if they were both fit, and if they were both
fit,
both fit, really fit, very sexy, love the tattoos. I don't know if they were both. I'm not going to say fit, but if they were both active, I think probably Josh Emmett. I think Emmett probably KO him or something.
Yeah, it's close. For me, it's absolutely
close. Yeah. Well, what are the odds of this?
I'll tell you right now.
Josh has got some very colourful tattoos. He's really gone for it there.
By the way, Cody Garbrandt, a big favourite against Kai France. For what that's worth. I can't find these odds. Oh, okay. Okay, so Josh Emmett is a pretty big favourite over
really?
Dan Ige. So 9-4, bet 9, get 4 back for Emmett. What's that in American odds? 2.5.
Yeah, 225.
225. You mean minus 225? Yeah. Yeah. So Emmett is a big favourite there. I think there's some value on Ige there.
Some value on Ige, yeah. Ige's a well-rounded fighter. He's very good wrestler.
I'm probably going to bet on Ige, even though I want Emmett to win.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I'll put money on Ige.
Okay, let's move on. At the risk of not covering the whole card. What have we got? Munhoz and Cruz. Munhoz, good fighter. Cruz, old, former champion. Very good fighter. Very good brain.
He's not that old. He's 36.
He's had a lot of fights. 26. Yeah. 36 is quite old for 135, though, I'd say.
It is. Yeah.
If it was heavyweight or light heavyweight, 36 not really a problem.
But the thing is, Wade, I'm 35 and I'm yet to start my MMA career, so it just hurts my feelings when you say that.
Dude, you'll be on some undercard somewhere soon.
I'll be on Jungle Fights, Serbian Battle Championship.
Serbian Battle Championship. Maybe avoid that one. Avoid Serbian Battle Championship.
But do you think Jungle Fights is any better?
That's the Brazilian one, right?
Is it? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's the Brazilian one, ran by that crazy Brazilian Walid Ismail, the former.
Oh right, yeah. I don't know. I think I'll avoid that one too.
Yeah, avoid that one.
Probably stay at home, to be honest.
Just stay at home. Do some push-ups and you're gone.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Dominick Cruz, obviously you want to know about Dominick Cruz. He's the Willie Pep of MMA, and if you get that reference, I'll be very impressed. Super light on his feet.
Reference.
Exactly, yeah. Willie Pep being an expert master of footwork from the 1940s. Brilliant fighter. Anyway, so Dominick Cruz got the amazing footwork, changes directions constantly, lots of feints. He'll come at you from different angles, fights brilliantly from the outside. But that has its limits. Cody Garbrandt, he beat everybody with that style up until he faced Cody Garbrandt, who just countered him, stood in the middle of the octagon, countered him as Dominick Cruz came in. He just had his number. Dominick Cruz has since come back, and he lost to Henry Cejudo. Then he fought his most recent fight.
An early stoppage, but I think Cejudo would have won anyway.
Yeah, I mean his style, his game plan just wasn't working. So
Cejudo was a better wrestler as well, so he could have fallen back on that.
Yeah. So I mean Dominick Cruz's most recent fight against that kind of middling fighter. What's his name? Can we look that up?
Yeah, let's look that up. I do like Cruz. I really like Cruz.
Casey Kenny, that's it. Yeah, Casey Kenny. Like I don't know if he's ranked or not, but he's an okay fighter.
Yeah, he's not bad. Not bad. Yeah.
Yeah, Dominick Cruz just about got the split decision. His game plan just about worked. I think he probably outlanded him slightly. Yeah, he did just about.
He's a good wrestler as well. Dominick Cruz, very good wrestler.
Yeah, he is. He is, but not amazing. I don't think.
He's pretty good. His takedown defense is very high. He takes a lot of people down. I think his wrestling's pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, the thing is with Cruz is his game plan is always the same. The style hasn't changed. And what worked for him, all the time back in the day does not work for him all the time now. The question is...
And he's old.
Yeah, the question is, will Pedro Munhoz fall for this game plan? Does Pedro Munhoz have a way to shut down that evasive fight from the outside style? I don't know. I honestly don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, and they're around the same age. Munhoz also has lost quite a lot over the last 2 years or so. He lost to Sterling, lost to Edgar. He beat Cody Garbrandt, KO'd him. That was a weird fight. I remember that fight. That was a mad fight when he fought Cody Garbrandt. They were swinging mad. Cody Garbrandt got sucked in and then Munhoz KO'd him.
Yeah. Rings a vague bell, yeah.
Yeah.
The thing is, I mean, how dynamic is Pedro Munhoz? I say dynamic.
I wouldn't say that dynamic.
Yeah, because to catch Dominick Cruz as he's coming in, you need to be quick.
Yeah. He's a tough dude. I don't think Cruz. I mean, Cruz is old now, but I don't think Cruz will make the mistakes that Cody Garbrandt makes, for instance, and get into a firefight or whatever. He's too intelligent for that.
Yeah. I'm going to give it to Cruz. Because I don't think Pedro Munhoz is that. I don't think Pedro Munhoz has got the skill set to shut down the evasiveness.
Yeah, we're all big Cruz fans here. What I want to see is Cruz win this fight, go have a shower, put a suit on, and then start some commentary. If he does that, then that's it. Hall of Fame for me.
Then engage in like some psycho bullying.
Yeah. He's a very underrated trash talker. Very underrated. I think a lot of people just don't understand what he's trying to do.
It's very harsh. Yeah.
He is harsh. Yeah.
Yeah. Waleed, I'm going to get another drink. You entertain the audience just for 10 seconds.
Yeah, no problem. No problem. What are you making, Andrew? No, he just fucked off. Okay, anyway, everybody watching out there, how is everyone? Should we start the next fight or should we just... Yeah, let's start the next fight. Let's start dissecting this next fight and we'll come back and get Andrew's opinion. So we've got Augusto Sakai against Tai Tuivasa. We all like Bam Bam. Yeah, I'm not sure about the drinking alcohol from your shoe thing, although we do that in England too.
But we don't spit in it, do we?
No, does he spit in it as well?
That's the shoey thing, yeah. Basically, you pass a shoe around, you fill it full of alcohol, beer, whatever. Then everyone gobs in it. Then someone else will drink it.
What, is that an Australian thing? Do we do that in the UK? In the UK, we fill up a shoe with alcohol and we just drink it.
Yeah, we don't fucking spit in it. No.
Oh, yeah, that's disgusting.
That's disgusting.
I thought it was just. I thought it was just what we do, like fill a shoe up and then drink. Not that we do it anymore. I mean, we used to do it in university, but
yeah.
So what they all spit in it too.
Yeah. They gob in it. It's like I guess it's some disgusting bonding banter thing. I don't know, but it's fucking.
Is rugby involved somehow? Even though this is MMA,
could be a rugby thing.
Players do some weird shit, dude.
Yeah,
rugby
they do
weird shit.
Some borderline gay stuff.
Yeah, and then vomit into like pints and then drink it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all quite. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get into the fight. Augusto Sakai. Andrew used to hate this guy.
I did used to hate this guy,
But
but
he's
to be
actually
fair,
decent.
he is actually decent. Yeah.
Yeah.
So more fool me, right? He's got decent boxing. And sometimes with boxing, boxing is a question of nuance. You don't always see what's going on.
Yeah.
He's got solid head movements. Understands range, comes forward, and it is just decent, crisp, tidy boxing. It's not like amazing, it's not spectacular, but it's very effective and it's technically clean. So yeah, he's decent. Tuivasa, he's more of a brawler.
He is a brawler, yeah.
Sometimes when he lands, it's a knockout. Other times, he's quite inconsistent.
Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, I think Tuivasa is a bit more of a unknown quantity. He's more unreliable.
He KO'd.
Sorry?
He KO'd someone in his last fight. It was a good performance. Greg Hardy. Yeah.
Oh, he KO'd Greg Hardy?
Yeah, he's on a 3-fight win streak and he KO'd everyone. He's got a lot of power. Everyone has power at heavyweight, but he hits hard. He
did go and start training at AKA like 2
years ago.
Yeah.
He was hanging around with DC and stuff. Yeah, he was doing some wrestling.
Yeah.
He may still be at AKA now and then.
So maybe that's the reason behind his success.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
He knocked out Stefan Struve.
Yeah, I mean, Stefan Struve hasn't been good since 2016, I think.
But he's so fucking tall. How do you reach that guy?
Yeah, exactly.
How his face is up there?
He's nearly 7 foot, right?
Yes. Yeah, he is like 6'11". Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Harry Hunt Sucker, what a name. I've never heard of him. He's probably shit. Greg Hardy is not really an MMA fighter, but very athletic, no stamina, KO power.
Sakai is... Sorry.
Yeah, go carry on.
Sakai is a step up.
Sakai is a step up. He's on a 2-fight loss streak, but it's over him and Rosenstrike. So
yeah, no shame with that.
Yeah, I mean Rosenstrike hits like a truck, and Overeem is probably the most experienced striker that the UFC heavyweight division has ever given a contract to. So
yeah, of course, yeah. Like world champion kickboxer, K1, all that stuff. Pride.
Exactly. Yeah.
Back in the day.
He was a big man back in the day.
But so how does this go? I mean, Augusto Sakai is going to come forward with decent, tidy boxing. Tuivasa is going to look for the big shots. And he'll get it or he won't. If he doesn't, then Sakai probably wins on points.
Yeah, good point. So 3-round fight. Sakai also lands more output too, has better takedown defense, and has more takedown. He takes people down too. Whereas Bam Bam does not take people down, he gets taken down. So yeah, I mean Bam Bam could knock him out. It's not impossible. But I'd say Sakai is probably more tidy with his striking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let me look at the odds. Let me look at the odds quickly.
Yeah, look at the odds, and then we're going to get on to the main fight on this card.
Piece of shit. They're both minus 110. So
I wanted to make some money on this card.
I might go on that basis. I'll probably go for Sakai.
Yeah, same here. I think I'll go for Sakai as well.
Yeah.
Sakai looks a bit more trim. Or is it just me?
He's holding it in there, fam.
He's holding it in.
He's fat, dude. He's fat. They're both fucking
there
fat.
There are some fat fucks in the heavyweight division.
These are elite athletes.
We're not allowed to play that anymore. That's fat shaming. So
yeah. Yeah.
I'm not allowed to say that.
Elite athletes, and they're both fat.
There are some fat fucks in the heavyweight division.
Yeah.
I was listening to this interesting podcast and we were talking about the heavyweight division, and in America there are so many opportunities for like 6'4", 6'5" athletic guys to get into like American football or baseball or whatever. They don't really go into the UFC. It makes sense. If you're that athletic and you're that, sports inclined or whatever, why would you go into the UFC and make $100,000-$200,000 a fight? If that, you could go and get a contract for $30 million a year or whatever.
Well, yeah, I mean, mixed martial arts is a terrible way to make a living.
Yeah, unless like you're a big name. Even then, I mean, you're still getting beaten up, right? So
yeah, I mean, it's incredibly hard. As much as we might want to be able to do it.
Yeah, I'd love to be. That's my dream job. That would be my dream job. But
yeah, but I mean, there are much easier ways to make money. The training is intense. You're getting brain damage. You're beating up. You're destroying your body, basically.
Exactly. Yeah.
I mean, even training MMA has just destroyed my fucking body, and I've barely done any of it. So
injuries all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. You're right.
You could lose an eye. Bisping lost a fucking eye.
Bisping is a tough dude. Tough guy.
I mean,
what happened to that knighthood petition that we put through? Why is he not getting the knighthood?
The Queen just read it and said, no. That's it, fam. What can you do? So, who's next?
Let's move on to it. It's the main fight next. The main guy, dude. The main guy.
Drum roll.
Yeah, exactly. We have the Beverly Hills Ninja against Bruno Silva. I can't say his name. What is that?
Lindau.
Lindon? What does that mean?
I don't know. Let me look this up. Let me Google this thing. Lindau.
Portuguese shit that I don't know about.
Lindau.
Quite short for a middleweight, 6 foot.
So Lindau means armored. I guess it's armored, as in has armor.
Oh, armored. Okay.
I guess it sounds better in Portuguese.
Fair enough. Jordan Wright. What a guy. What a guy.
Should we just recap Jordan Wright's career for those who don't?
Let's do that. I'll start with the Dana White Contender Series, and then you take it on from there. So basically, Jordan Wright got onto the Dana White Contender Series. I think he's from a karate background because he does have decent kicks. I think he's probably a karate background. It's
basically he trains at like a karate place in some strip mall in Beverly Hills that his mum takes him to on a Saturday morning, right?
Sounds like Cobra Kai, dude.
Yes, it is. That's what karate people fucking do. It's Cobra Kai. Yes.
Okay. So anyway, he's from a karate background, possibly similar to Cobra Kai if you guys have seen the show. Got on to DWCS, Dana White's Contender Series, fought some American Mexican guy, and this guy just KO'd Jordan Wright in like 40 seconds. But that got turned into a no contest because they found, I don't know, a trace of marijuana in a blood test with the American Mexican dude. And then after that, he, I think he KO'd someone with a kick, with a spinning kick or something.
Well, after that fight, I'm looking at his record now. He went to LFA, but then he got a finish with a knee and punches in round 2.
Okay. Let's just cover the UFC fights because you know, fuck knows who's fighting in the LFA.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about now.
Yeah.
So basically, yeah, the one you're talking about is Ike
Villanueva.
In the early seconds, he does a spinning back kick. I think he catches the guy on the side of the head or something. Cuts him.
There wasn't really any setup as well. It just came out of nowhere.
Yeah, so I mean, decent kick, but probably very lucky because nobody lands that shit in the UFC.
Yeah, it's rare. But I mean, it still happened. So he's got some decent kicks.
Yeah, I mean, if you stand in front of him, he'll land on you.
Yeah, he'll land the kick. Yeah, and then he got fucking destroyed by Buckley, which obviously we called, but we predicted a round 1 KO.
He survived 5 minutes with Joaquin Buckley, to be fair.
Yeah, and he was popping him hard, dude.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great fight. Just pure violence from Joaquin Buckley beating up someone who had no reason to be there whatsoever. But to be fair to Jordan Wright, he came back and fought Jamie Pickett and somehow fucking won.
Jamie Pickett made a terrible decision with that. He took him to the cage, and then Jordan Wright just landed some elbows on his head. Vicious elbows, to be fair.
I can't remember what happened. I can't remember that.
Yeah, very aggressive elbows, and then he finished up with knees to the head, to the face. So, I mean, Jamie Pickett, I don't think is a great fighter anyway.
He's 11-5.
Yeah, I mean, he's had 2 wins in the UFC, so he's not terrible, but he's had 4 losses.
But the thing is, you and I both thought that the Beverly Hills Ninja was the worst fighter to ever grace the UFC. But he's now 2-1. He's 2-1 in the UFC.
Yeah, and I am genuinely shocked because I think, I mean, even the way he moves around, I mean, and I've done some basic MMA. I mean, even the way he moves around, he kind of duck waddles around.
Yes.
He doesn't circle, he just kind of duck waddles around.
Yep.
But he's won 2 fights somehow. He's won 2 fights, so you have to give him that.
But to your point, an athlete moves so fluidly and smoothly. Their body just moves the right way to perform the activity they're doing. He's just rigid. There's no athleticism there.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there is some form of athleticism in that. He can just kind of kick out of nowhere. But against a semi-experienced fighter, that's not going to work.
Correct.
And Bruno Silva's not a bad fighter. He's very experienced, very aggressive.
He's 21-6.
Yeah, he's very aggressive. Comes forward, goes for the KO. He's had 2 fights in the UFC, KO'd both of them.
He's got
so knockouts. And the problem with Jordan Wright, the Beverly Hills Ninja, we love this guy. We're saying we love him because we think his father is very rich, which is probably the case. He's chinny. Let's be honest. He's very chinny. Even in that Dana White Contender Series fight, one clip to the jaw and he was out. And that guy was only 5'11" and 6 foot. He wasn't a big dude.
Yeah.
Watley, okay, yeah, he's a big dude. He hits hard, but I mean, Wright was out in the first round. Yeah.
He doesn't like getting punched in the face either.
No, he doesn't. It goes back to your point about karate. Well, watered down karate because Thompson and GSP are karate people as well. But, how do karate people spar like most karate people?
Well, they don't touch each other.
Exactly. It's non-contact, right? Yeah. So yeah, I mean, this is the people's main event. Obviously, if Bruno Silva doesn't fucking win this, I'll be fucking amazed. But Bruno Silva, he's knocked an awful lot of people out, including twice in the UFC. Yeah, relatively young as well.
Yeah, it's got to be a KO for Bruno Silva.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, Jordan Wright's got the height advantage, probably the reach advantage as well, I'm assuming, but I think Bruno Silva will win this. He's very aggressive. I watched some of his. He's really aggressive.
I want to see the ninja get knocked out and hurt really badly, but I also kind of want him to win. Just to see how far he can go.
He doesn't seem like a bad guy. Like, I watched some of his post-fight interviews and stuff. He seems like a nice guy, but I still maintain, even though he's won 2 fights and some people may disagree with us, I still maintain that I don't think this guy belongs in the UFC.
He's one of the worst fighters the UFC has ever seen.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Anyway.
But no, whatever. You know what? More power to him. Who cares?
Yeah.
I don't dislike the guy. I just think he's not great. He's not a great fighter.
You don't need to be nice to him, fam. He's not going to watch this.
Well, whatever. I mean, he's not a bad guy, but
how do you know? How do you know?
I mean, from the interviews and stuff I've watched, but whatever. You're right. He may be a cunt.
Absolutely. Anyway, who else we got?
Andre Munhoz and Eric Anders. Eric Anders fucked up Darren Stewart, right?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. I wanted Stewart to win that one. Don't know too much about Munhoz, but he seems very experienced. 21 and 4. That's a good record.
I don't know anything about this guy, so.
But 186, he's moving up. Or has. Yeah, I don't know too much about this fight. Should we skip it? Yeah, we'll skip it. I have no idea who these two people are. We're skipping this. Alex Perez and Matt Schnell. Now, Matt Schnell I've heard of. Alex Perez I've heard of as well.
I like Matt Schnell. I've backed him a couple of times. Can't remember
Good
why.
chest there.
Yeah, good chest there for sure. That's probably why I bet on him. I know nothing about Alex Perez, so yeah.
We're moving on.
Yep.
Ryan Hall. Strange fighter, Ryan Hall. Kind of just gets on the ground and wants you to get on top of him.
Well, for the longest time, he couldn't find a fight because nobody wanted that leg lock action.
Yeah. And then he got fucked up.
Yeah, he's been figured out. That's the thing.
Was it Ilia Topuria fucked him up?
Fucked him up.
Yeah.
He's been found out. That's the thing.
From the Caucasus. Had to be someone from the Caucasus, mate.
Georgia, yeah, by way of Spain, yeah.
By way of your neighborhood, dude.
Alicante,
yeah.
But yeah, the allure, like the mythology, the aura surrounding Ryan Hall has disappeared since that loss.
Yeah.
Because he was considered like just a jiu-jitsu wizard. That's his nickname, the wizard. Because he's doing things that no one had an answer to. But now he's been found out. That's the thing. You're doing these. Sorry. So his whole thing was doing the Imanari rolls, where he kind of just rolls under you, then grabs your leg and guess was it I could put it as an ankle lock or something, heel hook.
Yeah.
People were terrified of that, but I don't think people are terrified of that now. So
no.
And there we go. Jiu-jitsu has its limitations in MMA.
Exactly. Yeah. I saw him on the. Do you know who Lex Friedman is?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw him on the. He did. Lex Friedman interviewed him on his podcast, and Lex Friedman is also very big on BJJ, but of Russian descent. So he was asking some interesting questions about, BJJ and wrestling and sambo and stuff like that. And Ryan Hall was coming out with, some interesting answers. BJJ is this, and kind of, really backing BJJ, which you're expected to, I guess, if you're from a BJJ background. But I mean, rolling around on the floor like that, if you come up against a kind of decent fighter, Ilia Topuria is very good. In my opinion, Topuria is really good.
Yes.
I think that guy is a dark horse.
Yep.
He's very good. If you're rolling around on the floor against that dude, then you're fucked. Yes. Because he knows enough of the, whatever you want to call it, let's call it grappling. Forget Sambo or BJJ, because some people may get offended. People have their own, whatever. Some people prefer BJJ. Most people do. Some people prefer Sambo, whatever. It's kind of the same shit in a way. But if you're rolling around on the floor looking for an ankle lock or whatever, dude, someone will eventually just ground and pound you to death.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, as we always say, fighting off your back is not always the best idea, is it?
No.
Whether it's a street fight or an MMA, and jiu-jitsu is a combat sport where you fight off your back. Whether you're going for the Imanari roll to the leg lock, it can work against some people who don't know what you're doing, but the people who do know what you're doing, you're in trouble.
Yeah, it can work. The leg lock is ankle lock or whatever. You know more about it. A lot of people get caught in that shit.
The thing is, Ryan Hall's not an idiot. He's going to know that his tactics have now been found out. Is he going to come back with some new tricks up his wizard's sleeve? Is he going to go for the takedowns and double?
He's an intelligent guy, Ryan Hall.
Yeah. Is he going to focus on stand-up, mix it up a little bit?
You know what? I haven't watched many of his fights. I just watched the Poirier fight where I saw him rolling around on the floor and I thought, what the fuck are you doing, dude?
Yeah, I mean, all he does is basically he throws some spinning back kicks or high kicks or whatever it is. Then he goes for the Immobilize roll and do exactly what we know he does. That's it. He hasn't got hands. He hasn't really got striking.
That's not good.
Yeah.
But who is this guy? Darrick Mina.
I don't know, dude.
Very experienced, 26-12. That's 38 fights. Never heard of him. Let's check his record.
Darrick.
That's what happens when you've got 600 odd fighters on the roster. Okay, so he's got two. He's 2-3 in the UFC.
Looks like he's a bit of a journeyman.
Yeah.
Loss of Darren Elkins.
Ryan Hall beat Darren Elkins.
Beat Charles Rosa. I mean, for what that's worth. Don't know who TJ Laramie is. Lost to Grant Dawson.
Ryan Hall beat the GOAT, Artem Lobov, and Artem Lobov only threw 2 punches. What the fuck was going on there?
Really? I don't know that.
Yeah. I don't know. You know what? I'm not that familiar with Ryan Hall. I mean, he started his UFC career with 4 straight wins. And then Ilia Topuria fucked him up. But again, I genuinely think Ilia Topuria is, I mean, top 5 soon, in my opinion. I think he's got
the skill set. Yeah, he's got the wrestling, he's got the jiu-jitsu, he's got the striking.
He's got a chin, everything. Yeah.
It's everything. So I know nothing about Darrick Minner. He's a 50-50 fighter. He must be pretty old. Let's see how old he is.
Oh, Ryan Hall's pretty old too, dude.
36, yeah. So Darrick Minner's 31. So he's the younger man.
Output's shit. Darrick Minner's output is shit. And Ryan Hall's output is also shit. But that's expected from Ryan Hall because he's a BJJ guy.
Wally, listen up, fam. I've got a... So, Ryan Hall lost to Herbert Burns in the Contender Series via triangle choke.
What?
Herbert Burns being, obviously, you probably know.
Gilbert Burns' brother?
Yeah.
So why is that on this? So that should be on this.
It's Contender Series.
No, Contender Series fights are normally on this as well.
Are they? Oh, okay.
Yeah. It's another fuck up on their website.
So Herbert Burns, obviously he's got a solid grappling jiu-jitsu base. So he put Ryan Hall up against a reasonable grappler. He's fucked in Herbert Burns. He lost.
But I mean, I'm not too familiar with Herbert Burns' credentials. How good is he? Is he a Brazilian champ or?
I don't know, but he's the younger brother of Gilbert Burns, so we can make some extrapolations. He's probably good.
Yeah. So there may be no shame in that, getting tapped out by, a really good BJJ guy from Brazil.
Ryan Hall is meant to be the BJJ guy. That's the thing.
Yeah, good point.
So,
but he's only won one of his UFC fights by a submission, and that was BJ Penn. And BJ Penn has not been good for 6, 7, 8 years, maybe.
Yeah, that's true. How did he win the others? Really, he won for Christ's decision. How is he winning those fights?
I don't know, because they're low output fights as well. I think I need to watch some of his fights before I make a judgment on this. But from an initial look, I think Ryan Hall might win this. I think he's quite intelligent, and I think he might adapt the game plan. I don't see any kind of knockout threat from Darrick Minner. I don't think he's got the BJJ to worry Ryan Hall, although he has submitted someone by a guillotine choke. But I don't know. More research needs to be done into this.
Oh wait, sorry. So it's Darrick Minner that lost to Burns. Fuck me. So yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh, fair enough.
So you can disregard everything I just said. Yeah.
Armbar, okay. Okay, so that's quite worrying then. So he's lost twice via submission, and Ryan Hall is very good at BJJ. Sherlock Holmes over here. Yeah.
Miss Marple. Yeah, I don't really give a fuck, to be honest. I've had a few drinks.
Yeah, same here.
I'll watch the fight.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna watch the fights. Yeah.
But yeah.
Whatever. I mean, Ryan Hall is a bit of a dork, in my opinion.
He's a complete fucking dog. He's a dog. He's a dog.
Yeah. I mean, you know, if you think BJJ is going to get you a fucking world championship, then you're in for a rude awakening. Once a wrestler gets a hold of you and starts chucking you around, or you know, someone like Ilia Topuria gets on top of you and fucking ground and pounds you to death, then you know the limitations of BJJ.
Yeah, he needs to shave his chest. He's 36 and he's 8-2 and he's 36. Like, things are not going too well in his MMA career. Let's be honest.
Stop rolling around on the floor, Ryan.
He needs to do some push-ups, eat something, do some weights. You know.
Okay, what's going on here? Randy Costa, is this Costa's younger brother or something? Who is this sexy motherfucker?
I mean, if you like him, that's great.
Why are these guys in the UFC with such? I mean, they've got no fucking. This is what I don't get. If you're from North America, you can get into the UFC with 8 fights, 6-2. I mean, that's ridiculous. Unless, I mean, he may be like a champion kickboxer or something, but you know, you're from Europe. You need to. I mean, the Brits that get into the UFC, I mean, they have 12, 15 fights, 14 fights. You know, it's ridiculous. And these North Americans are walking in with 5-6 fights.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, this would have made sense during COVID, but that's over now. So, what's
yeah, I mean, even that guy from,
6-2.
Yeah, who's that guy from Birmingham that got a contender series? He's really good from Birmingham. I've forgotten his name now.
I can't remember. Rings a bell, but I can't remember.
He's got a shaved head. I can't remember, but I mean, he's like 12-2. He's like a Cage Warriors champion.
Well, your boys, Javid and Farid.
Javid was 10-0, all finishes, 4-0 amateur, and he got a Dana White contender series fight. And these guys are walking into the UFC with like 5-3, 5-2, 5-1. It's because they're from North America, Canada, and America. They've got access.
Just for the fans out there, Waleed is training with UFC fighters. Well, what's his surname?
Surname's Basharat. Look him up, people. He's at 135. So in Costa and
Farid Basharat.
They're both, Basharat. Farid and Javid. They're both at 135. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they would both fuck these two up, in my opinion. Javid's 5'10" at 135. That's very tall.
That's big. That's a big dude.
Yeah, that's big, yeah. Don't fuck these guys up.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh, definitely, 100%. I know that.
Can we move on? These guys are fucking boring. I don't care.
Yeah, who cares? Terrible tattoos as well.
Fuck them.
And then, not too sure who these people are. This is the last fight.
I mean,
got another Brazilian here. A lot of Brazilian women coming through.
I don't pay attention to women's MMA, to be honest.
I mean, we've got Nunes and Shevchenko and so on. I'll watch them happily. But yeah, I think, I mean, why am I on this? Nunes is just going to bang that. Who cares?
Nunes is 5'8". I didn't know that's big.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she hits very hard as well. Okay, let's go back to the main fight. Oliveira and Poirier. We're both going for Poirier, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay. Do you want to mention anything else, Andrew?
What do I want to mention? I mean, we're kind of dragging this out at this point, aren't we?
We are dragging this out, but we have fans, loyal fans who will watch.
Who'll watch anything. watch any
quick
garbage
question.
we'll put out there.
No. I think, you know what? I genuinely think we're a lot better than a lot of MMA analysts on YouTube. A lot of people don't know what they're talking about. They're not talking about angles and, you know, what kind of background they're from, martial arts. They're looking at the odds and they're thinking, oh, this guy beat this guy, and MMA math doesn't work. You've got to really examine the situation.
That's true, fam.
No, it really is. Yeah.
My question is, when are we going to get sponsored by Blue Chew? That's the thing.
Sorry?
When are we going to get sponsored by Blue Chew?
Blue Chew. Cody Garbrandt did an amazing advert for Blue Chew the other day. And
Really?
Bruce Buckle was involved as well, yeah.
Christ.
I saw it on Instagram. But quick question. Just before we go, we need to discuss the Khamzat Gustafsson. No, what was his name? What's that fucking Nordic guy's name? Hermansson. The Khamzat Hermansson wrestling match. What do you think of that?
Well, you and I watched this.
Yeah.
We went for a few drinks and we tried to watch it at a
Well,
cocktail bar.
He lost at one stage because he didn't look too enthralled.
Well, yeah, I thought, you know, Khamzat lost because in the post-fight interview, bearing in mind we had a very dodgy stream, he looked very crestfallen, shall we say. But no, he fucking won. It was reasonably dominant, even though Hermansson did have his moments. It was a competitive grappling match.
So won 8-0.
Yes, yeah, it was a fairly decisive victory. Hermansson had his moments. Not that we understand the wrestling scoring system particularly.
No, yeah, freestyle is difficult to understand. Question, not trying to drag this out, we'll wrap it up soon. Do you think, and we all know that I've been on the Khamzat train for a long, long time, let's be honest. I've been on the Khamzat train for a long time. Do you think Khamzat kind of got the points in the first round and just kind of thought, whatever, I've won this?
I think they're saying that in the commentary, weren't they, that he knew that he was ahead, so he's playing a bit more defensively instead of taking risks unnecessarily.
Shit, by the way. They did not know what they were talking about.
I'll have to take a word for that. To be honest, I don't know either. I don't understand the ruling, the wrestling rule set or scoring system. But yeah, I mean, Khamzat certainly looked dominant. And that was the big question, right? Just to see how good Khamzat's wrestling really is when you put him against someone who's not, not a world beater, but certainly a decent level.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think Hermansson was on the Swedish Olympic team for wrestling. Not that that's an amazing level, but it's a certain standard.
It's a certain standard. Also, he was at 202 pounds, and Khamzat fights at 170. So if he's throwing a guy around at 202 pounds, then 170, who's really going to give him a problem, bar Kobe and Usman?
Yeah, I mean, on the night that they fought, I'm not sure that they're too far apart in terms of weight.
Yeah,
Khamzat, I think
like if Khamzat's weighing in at 171 on fight night, he will be 180 or plus 180. His opponent will be lighter.
Yeah.
So, in terms of actual wrestling MMA in that division, 170, who's going to give him a problem? Usman and Kobe, right?
Colby, yeah.
Gilbert Burns, not really a wrestler. He's a BJJ guy.
Well, Gilbert Burns, I mean, the thing is with Gilbert Burns is he's not just BJJ guy. He's the, what's that grappling tournament that they do? Like the Nogi BJJ thing. I can't remember.
You're the BJJ expert, fan. You should know this.
I don't know. For fuck's sake, you keep saying that. I don't know nothing about
it. To me, you are.
Maybe Gilbert Burns comes from that school of Nogi BJJ with the takedowns. Right.
Yeah.
It's not the same level as wrestling, but it's a lot more adapted to actual fighting than BJJ, fighting off your bloody back, right? So I think Gilbert Burns probably could give Khamzat certainly a challenge and maybe beat him. Who knows? We don't know yet.
They're fighting, right?
Are they actually fighting?
I think they're fighting, dude. I think it's on. Let's Google this.
Are you sure?
I think it's on. Yeah.
Are you sure that's not a rumor?
No, I may be wrong. I'm sorry, I may be wrong.
I'm seeing some articles here. Khamzat versus Burns in the works.
In the works. Okay. So there's another article here. Dana White, UFC fighters are 100% afraid of Khamzat. I mean, I believe that. Why would you take the risk if you're ranked?
Exactly.
I mean, he's ranked now as well. Gilbert Burns facing Khamzat Chimaev doesn't make sense, but it would be hard for me to say no to that fight. That kind of sounds like Gilbert Burns doesn't want it, but we don't know what journalists are thinking. I'm just going to say now. I know I've been riding Khamzat's stick for a while. I think he would fuck Gilbert Burns up. Honestly, I think he'll wrestle him to death. I think the only two people in that division that can give Khamzat a problem are Cody and Usman. I don't think anyone else can give him a problem. I think he'll murder Stephen Thompson. Masvidal he'll kill. Masvidal does not want that fight. Leon Edwards he would murder. He does not want
Whoa.
Leon Edwards is got pillow fists, dude.
Okay, let me state my case. Let me state my case. So yeah, the reason Leon Edwards can win that fight is because Leon Edwards is a very smart fighter. He understands where his strengths lie, where his weaknesses lie. Leon Edwards is not going to put himself in a position where he can get taken down easily. That's not to say he won't get taken down, but he won't make any mistakes so he can get taken down easily. He's a very smart guy. He'll fight on the outside. He picks his spots. He chooses his shots very carefully.
He's a good fighter,
and he's got very good takedown defense.
You say that Gunnar Nelson took him down, dude, in London.
Right.
In London. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, let's
in London.
Really be honest. I mean, I know I'm riding dick, but who can really stop his takedowns? It's Usman and Cody. Leon Edwards is not from a wrestling base. We don't have a wrestling base in the UK. He's not from a wrestling background.
But in MMA, Khamzat hasn't faced a wrestler yet. In MMA.
No, he hasn't. That's a good point. But Leon Edwards, the wrestlers that he has faced, namely Usman, he lost to. So
back in the day.
Yeah, but Usman would still fuck him up now.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
But my point is, Leon Edwards is an intelligent fighter, and he won't leave himself.
He is. He's a good fighter. He's a good fighter. He is. But I just think Khamzat will fuck him up. I don't think he wants Khamzat. I think he's scared of Khamzat. I'm putting it out there now. I think Leon Edwards is scared of Khamzat.
It's a high risk fight.
But I think he's scared of him as well. I think he's genuinely scared of him.
Scared.
Colby's saying I want him. I don't think. I think, you know what? I've got a lot of respect for Colby. No matter what anyone says about him, Colby is a fearless guy, and I think he would fight Khamzat. I honestly think he would fight him.
I think so too. I mean,
yeah, I don't think he cares who he fights.
Yeah. No, yeah, he'd fight him.
He's got balls. That guy.
For sure.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I mean, Khamzat is obviously very good, but I mean, there's still question marks next to his name. And you fucking love a hype train.
I do love a hype train.
As soon as there's a hype train, you jump on board first class.
Yeah.
Suck his.
But I mean, let's be honest. This hype train is getting serious now. I mean, what he did to Jing Liang. I mean, I know he's not a wrestler, but I mean, picking up like he's a kid. I mean, let's be honest. That's.
Yeah, we all saw the meme.
That was pretty remarkable. Yeah,
it is. But I mean, at the same time, his opponents have been hand-picked.
First 4 fights, dude. What do you want? This is first 4 fights. Like, of course they're going to be hand-picked. I mean, he had, 2 Brits in the space of 10 days. Then they gave him Mearshot. Mearshot's a BJJ expert, and he's actually won 1 or 2 fights since then. So they probably thought he would give him some problem on the ground.
Yeah, true. I thought that as well, to be fair.
Yeah, gave him 1 punch. Gave him Jing Liang, who's a KO artist. You know what? I tell you something. He's got very good fight IQ. Khamzat. Very good fight IQ. Yeah. I don't know. Let's wrap it up there. We'll wrap it up on Khamzat. So we've given the overview of the cards. Anything else you want to say?
No, I mean, it's a good card. We should all definitely tune in. Yes, we're good fights in this card, notwithstanding the female fights. But whatever.
Hey, the female fights were good too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Yeah. Final words from you, Waleed.
Sorry?
Final words from you.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. We're going to put some bets down, and hope you enjoy the video. Keep tuning in, keep subscribing. And I have to say again, I think Khamzat's going to be the champion at 170 and 185. I'm sorry, I have to say it. I think he'll beat Adesanya too. Hype train.
Oh my God, you think he beats Adesanya?
I think, no. Honestly, I think genuinely, stylistic. Is that a word? Stylistically?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. In terms of a stylistic matchup, I think Khamzat can beat Adesanya easier than he can beat Usman. I think Usman will give him more of a threat because we saw what Yan did to Adesanya when he got him down. I think if Khamzat gets Adesanya down, he's fucked. He won't get back up. He will not get back up. No way.
How much bigger is Yan than Khamzat, though? These are just differently sized people.
Yeah, Yan's bigger. Yan's bigger in terms of weight, but in terms of height, he's not. They're the same height.
Yeah, but I mean, yes, overall size. Khamzat is not a big middleweight. He's a big welterweight, but he's not a big middleweight.
He is a pretty big middleweight. What are you on about? He's bigger than what's his name? He's bigger than loads of them. He's bigger than Brunson. He's bigger than Whittaker. He's bigger than.
But like a height, in terms of height, yeah.
Yeah. No, dude. Khamzat's a big guy, man. Khamzat's a big guy. He's a big guy, dude. He should be a middleweight.
He's not. He may be very strong, but he's not heavily built. He's not heavy set.
He is. I think he is. I don't know what you're seeing, dude. He's a big dude.
Fam, but that cock in your mouth is affecting your thinking.
I don't think you realise how big Khamzat is.
His frame his frame is not small, but it's not big. He's not a big middleweight. Bearing in mind, you've got Rockhold. You've got Rockhold at middleweight, who is shit, but he's massive.
Rockhold should not be at middleweight. He's 205. He's 205. He's too big for middleweight.
Yeah.
So Khamzat is bigger than Whittaker. He's bigger than Brunson.
He's taller.
No, he's bigger, dude.
He's not bigger. He's taller.
No, but if he goes to middleweight, he will be bigger than him. I guarantee you. He'll be bigger than him.
If he lifts weights. If he lifts weights, puts on some muscle mass, yeah.
26. He's 26.
The question is, why are you
champion 170, 185 champion? I'm calling it now.
But why do you love him so much?
I'm seeing something that you're not.
Oh, okay.
I'm seeing something that you're not. And I guarantee you he will be a champion at both weights.
All right. Do you want to bet on this?
Yeah, 50 quid.
50 quid.
100 quid. 100 quid.
100 quid.
Yeah.
Do you have a time frame?
2 years. No. He's 26. 3 years.
3 years. 3 years from now. Yeah. So December 4th, 2024.
Actually, you know what? 2.5.
2.5. Okay. So
yeah, 2.5. I think he'll run through 170. I don't think Usman wants to fight him. I think Usman is a better fighter, but I think Kobe's got more balls than Usman. I think Kobe will fight him. I think he'll beat Kobe, in my opinion, because Kobe's got pillow fists. I think the wrestling will cancel each other out. They'll cancel each other out wrestling. I think Khamzat KO him or break his jaw, like Usman did. And then who's left really at 170? I don't think anyone can give him a problem. And then we move up to 185. I mean, dude, like I don't. The only issue I have with Khamzat is, has he got the stamina for 5 rounds? I haven't seen it.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
Yeah.
So just to recap, just to formalize this, we are betting that you are betting that Khamzat will win both welterweight and middleweight titles by June 4th, 2024.
Yeah, I think he'll win welterweight and then he'll move up and win middleweight as well.
The wager is 100 quid. It's formalised here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fuck it, make it 200. We'll make it 200.
No, fam, we're not fucking made of money. We've got 100 quid. Yeah.
100.
100 quid. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I'm taking that bet. Piece of piss. Piece of fucking piss.
You're gonna be wrong, man.
Piece of piss.
Very, very wrong. But
this is you fucking love the hype train. Conor McGregor, George Masvidal,
yeah, but Conor
Paulo
McGregor's
Costa, John Jones. You fucking love them until they lose.
John Jones is not a hype train, dude. John Jones is a Hall of Famer. Why do you bring John Jones into this? Come on.
I'm sorry.
Conor McGregor was a hype train, very good fighter, but he's one-dimensional. He can't wrestle. He can't do BJJs. So his BJJs are right. They can't wrestle. So
yeah. John Jones incidentally 10-0 against his wife. That's a different story.
That is a different story for a different podcast. But
yeah.
Mate. All right, let's call it there.
Yeah.
Thank you everybody for watching. We love you, John Jones. If you're watching this, we love you. Don't want any problems. But yeah, we'll be back soon with more MMA picks, fight picks. Next card after this, I can't remember what it is, but there's some interesting cards coming up.
Fam, can we just fucking end this? I'm fucking tired, dude.
Let's end it. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.